Here we are.
Hi.
Hello. Happy holidays. We are here this evening to make Mamacita's El Paso styled tacos. The tacos always get the jazz hands, but Mamacita gets a big snuggle and a hug and lots and lots of love.
Yes, lots of love.
Thank you so much for being here tonight.
Thank
This
you for
is
having me.
a true gift. Absolutely. So, you see, I've got my holiday hat on because it's the holidays. And sincerely, when I think of the holidays, it's Mamacita's tacos
Yay!
that come to me first. I crave her tacos even when we're not on the holidays, but especially around this time because as children, we would typically always go back to El Paso, which is where Mom was born and raised, and she and her family would make these tacos for us. So you all are in for a treat tonight.
Yes.
So before we dig in, tell us a little bit about how you learned how to make these tacos.
I really watched my mother. That's how I learned.
Okay.
And whenever they would buy tacos that were not made at home, which was very, very rare, they would always taste just like her tacos. I'm like, Mom, why you just didn't make them? She goes, no, I have this special place, and they put tomatoes and potatoes and different kind of things in them. And I said, okay. So I just learned by watching.
Oh, I love that.
And I started cooking when I was probably about 12.
Oh,
So
wow. Well, there you go.
down. Yeah.
That would mean,
Yeah.
or the reason why I guess I started cooking around the age of 12 too. It must
Yeah.
be in our DNA.
It's in the DNA. It's in the DNA. Yeah.
All right. Well, if you all stick around, not only are you going to learn how to make this deliciousness with Mamacita and me. Actually, this show, I feel kind of lucky because I get to kind of sit back because you see, Mamacita prepped a lot of the food already. But if you want to follow along and you want your own recipe, you can head on over to michellefox.com/events. You'll see Mom's gorgeous face. Click there and you'll see the link to the recipe with all the ingredients and all the instructions. So your girl and her mama,
Yes.
we've gotcha.
We gotcha. We gotcha.
All right, so what is the
this.
first step?
Well, the first step is we have to get our ground meat going in the skillet. And you will see when you look at your recipe that we use a little bit of what is this?
Avocado oil?
The avocado oil, yes.
Love it.
It's what we have found cooks best. For us, it's healthier and it cooks hot, which means it gets the food, once it gets hot, it stays hot. So you got to be careful once you get it in there. You also can use ground chicken, ground pork, leftover turkey, leftover chicken, baked chicken, any of those things that you like, especially around the holidays. I know a lot of you will have leftover turkey going and maybe some leftover chicken, but you can use it. We have chosen ground turkey tonight. Okay, and so we're just gonna let this warm up a little bit.
Love it. Where Mom's being brave with me. She's using this cooktop, the demo cooktop, versus the one behind us. So fingers crossed, everything just goes nice and smooth.
It's gonna be fine.
Yay.
So I'm just gonna put this in here.
All right.
And this next step, I learned from my daughter. She doesn't even know, Michelle.
Oh, tell me more.
Again, by watching.
Yes.
I always use a spoon or a fork. I used to use, but now when I ground up my meat, no matter what it is, I use a spatula. It makes sense. It goes much faster.
Good girl. And then you're not scraping off any of the metal from the pan as well. So
okay.
we're
So
not
that's
getting that
your
metal
trick.
in our brain.
Okay.
Yes.
And while that's kind of heating up a little bit, I'm also going to add some of the onions. Now, with the onion, a lot of times we will saute it in different recipes. You know, you saute your onions, peppers, bell peppers, whatever. But in tacos, I think texture is very important. People like to sort of feel that onion in there. And you can, taste it better too, rather than just using onion powder. So we just use the fresh onions chopped up.
It is smelling so good.
Yeah.
And as Mom is putting the onions in the pan, just by a show in the comments. Is anybody making this along with us? And or if you're not making it, has anybody gone over to download the recipe so that you can make it in the future? Wink, wink. Let me know in the comments. If you see me looking down, I promise you still have my attention. I'm just looking down at my cell phone to see if there's any questions or comments as we go along, because I really do want this to be a community feel, a family feel. I feel so blessed to have my mom here, and so I just want to share that love with my community. So thank you all for being here and sharing our love.
Yes, so sweet, so sweet. Okay, so now I've got the onions in. I'm going to add our spices. We've got a little bit of chili powder. Can't have tacos without chili powder.
Oh yeah. Yum.
Yeah.
And it looks like Hot Husband put the link in the comments, so thank you, Hot Husband. I appreciate that.
Then we have
so
our garlic powder.
Yum.
And some of you may want to use fresh garlic smushed up or whatever, but the powder seems to work real good with the tacos.
Oh my gosh, the aromas are just... Probably doesn't help that I'm very hungry right now as well.
Yeah. And the cumin. I'm hungry too.
Yes.
We're gonna eat when this is done. We're gonna really eat.
Looks like Hot Husband has a comment.
Yes.
Yes, we are here.
I was just going to say,
you.
can you move the peppermint off to the side?
Absolutely. We love your feedback. Thank you for helping, because you see things that we can't see. So thank you for that. All right. So now you're adding the sea salt,
Yes.
which we know is
Very, very healthy. It doesn't have.
good answer.
Yes.
Can you tell she's all about being the star student?
And it's
Good
pink.
job, Mom. Good job.
It's pink.
Yes. So
yeah.
this is the Himalayan salt from the mountains, but then we also do the sea salt, which
Thank you.
both have a pH level that's very similar to our blood. So I strongly recommend to all my students to get that white stuff out of your house, get it off the table, get the sea salt. It's much better, higher in minerals, and just much better for our body overall.
Thank you.
All right, you are welcome.
Okay. Now
Let's see, do we have any questions at this point or comments? Looks like we've got Lisa. Hi, Lisa. Happy holidays to you and your beautiful family.
Hey, Lisa.
I have a feeling we could probably exchange some stories about our teenage daughters, so we'll have to talk offline about that. Looks like we got Andrea Johnson. Hello, Andrea. So glad to have you tuning in.
Hello.
Thank you for being here. And now I'm so glad the pot is heating up. So the meat and the onions and the seasonings, they're sizzling. Can you hear that nice little sizzle?
I think we got it all in here and it's looking great.
Mm.
Oh,
Look
and
at the sizzle
also,
dance.
yeah.
Whether you're cooking or not, feel free to get that sizzle dance in. Because you know, if we're in the kitchen, especially with Mamacita,
You gotta
the
dance.
dance is
You
going
gotta
down.
dance. You gotta dance. You don't dance, your food's not gonna taste good. There you go.
There you go. You heard it from the Mamacita.
And we use red onions.
Mm.
There's a nutritional value to that, which Michelle can tell you.
Yes.
I love them.
I love that Mom's paying attention. Again, star student here. So yes, pretty much anything in nature, the darker the color, I was about to say the darker the berry, the sweeter the juice, but there's actually some truth to that.
She's getting a little confused, people.
And you know, it is
the wrong show.
This is the last show of our season. So yeah, I am a little kooky, but with that said, yes, the red onions are going to be a bit higher in minerals than the red and the yellow. And they also have that natural sweetness to them, which is always a nice plus for those of us with a little bit of a sweet tooth. Just do a red onion and you'll be fine.
Red onions are wonderful.
That meat and the mixture is smelling so good.
Sizzling. So we're going to cook it until it's about 3/4 of a way done, and then we will add in our diced potatoes, which have already been prepared by Michelle and cooked. You can add mashed potatoes. If you have leftover mashed potatoes, you can add baked potato. Even if you had French fries earlier in the day, that you made, not from any fast food place, but a whole
Okay,
real
there you go.
potato, red potato. Then you can add your mixture in when it's about 3/4 of the way done, and we're getting there.
Oh yeah,
Oh
it's cooking
yeah,
up.
this looks really nice. I like it. I like it.
Yay. And Tiara says, what a beautiful and talented mother-daughter cooking duo.
Oh,
Thank you, Tiara.
thank
Thanks so much for being here with us. It's wonderful to have you in this circle. And then Lisa says, happy holidays to you too. What are you fixing? So thank you for asking. We are fixing Mamacita's El Paso-style tacos, which got the jazz hands earlier. So now here they are for you too, Lisa. Jazz hands for the tacos. I can't help myself. Because when Mom makes them, I'm telling you, it just brings me straight back to our childhood in El Paso, hanging around the Christmas tree with Grandma and Grandpa and all of our hundreds of cousins, it felt like.
Yes.
Just like tens of cousins, but lots of people, and we would eat these amazing tacos. So when
Yum.
Mom said she'd be willing to share it with my community, I said, okay, thank you. Come on, yes please, yes please. And I figured the last show of the year here on Facebook Live, I thought this would be the perfect gift for all of us.
So now I'm adding in the potatoes. See, that was quick. Turkey meat cooks fairly quickly. And it's about 3/4 of the way done. And by the time we get these potatoes all mixed in good, it'll be done.
Nice. Lisa says, yummy. Andrea says, yes!
Yum.
We'll see if Andrea wants to indulge in these tacos a little bit later.
Yes.
All right. She said, mm-hmm.
That means yes.
Okay.
Big yes.
Tacos for everybody coming up. So, sorry I don't have one of those overhead cameras that can like show you this gorgeousness, but it looks like you could probably see a little bit of the mixture there. We've got the turkey meat, we've got the red onions, we've got the potatoes, we've got the seasonings. It is smelling so good. I honestly actually wish I could have all of you right here in the kitchen eating with
It
us,
would be
but
so
you know,
nice.
post-COVID, we'll have to figure out how we can get these cooking demos in person and share it with our community. I would love that.
Yes. I can
Okay.
still see the pink in the turkey, so we know it's not done. And all of you cooks out there, you know, even when if you like your meat medium well, whatever, turkey should always be well done. That's just my take on it.
I like to say we don't want sushi turkey. Sushi
No.
fish, yes. Sushi
But,
turkey,
You know.
we don't want to do that. At least not in my household. Maybe it works for others, but we definitely don't want to have any microorganisms
Yeah.
that don't belong in our bodies. So we'll just cook it nice and heat it all the way through, so we don't have to worry about any parasites.
That's right.
So at this
So
point,
good.
I would love to tell you, especially for those of you who gave us the gift of showing up live, Mamacita has a gift she'd like to share with you.
Yes.
If you go to michellefox.com/mom, she is willing and has been willing to share her magical and famous zucchini bread recipe.
Yum.
So, Merry Christmas and more jazz hands!
Yay!
So if you want it, and I strongly suggest you want it, go get it after the show. We'll put the link in the comments, but go to michellefox.com/mom, M-O-M. You will have Mamacita's amazing zucchini bread
Yay.
recipe. Another thing that doesn't last long when it's brought to this household.
But whenever you fix it, you think of us. That's the best part. We want you to think of us while you're eating it.
I love that. I love that.
Oh, I still see a little pink, so maybe just a few minutes more. Be patient
Alright.
with me.
Yeah, take your time. We don't want to get sick. No tummy aches tonight. It's worth the time for sure. And for those of you who are not cooking and you have your hands free and you might be on a desktop, how about we do a little Google challenge? Can somebody Google the origin of tacos? I would love to know.
Nice.
Because my intuition says they come from Mexico, but I would love to know if there's another origin
Yeah.
of the amazing tacos that we are about to nosh on for dinner.
Yay. I'd like to know too, because I thought tacos originated in my mommy's kitchen.
Oh, there you go.
That's what I'm
And that
gonna
definitely
believe.
wasn't Mexico. So
No,
sounds like we
close.
have a few theories happening here.
Yes. Very close. We were right on the border. We lived in El Paso, Texas, and back then you could just go to the border, walk over, pay 2 pennies, put your 2 pennies, and then they let you through. And the most amazing Mexican food. Handmade tortillas. These are not handmade
yum.
today, but they're good.
Yum. Let's see if we had any questions or answers. Let's see. Andrea says, yummy. It never lasts long. The zucchini bread. That is true. So good.
Yeah, we know
So
that to
good.
be true.
And then also for those of you who are still with us, we have a sugar guide, or a free guide I should say, on 3 of my favorite sugar substitutes. So especially if you're baking in the next few days, go get that guide. So you can just make some one-to-one swaps so that the blood sugar stays low, hopefully the energy stays high enough, because I know, nobody's going to be quote-unquote perfect during the holidays, but if we can make some small changes, it's worth it. So go to michellefox.com/sugar, grab your free guide there, and bake, and then take photos, post those photos, and tag me so I can come celebrate your yumminess. I would love that.
Okay, we're going to do a little bit of maneuvering.
All right,
We
tell
have
me
a-
how I can help.
Well, we have a place for our meat, which is fine cooling, not cooling off, but I need to have it closer here because
Okay.
our skillet that we see here is where we're going to be cooking our tortillas. So we'll move these things over just a little bit.
All right.
And I am about to sneeze.
Oh no! I bet the garlic powder probably went right up. Oh, the
Yeah,
pepper, she
the
says, went
pepper.
right up her nose. Yeah,
Yeah.
take your time. So let's see what answers we came up with about the origin of the tacos. So I was right. I love being right, especially when I'm in my house, because I've got a husband who likes to be right. I've got 2 teenage daughters who are always right no matter what. So when I'm right, it's an extra celebration. So it looks like Andrea found that it's Mexico. Andrea, you get a taco. Congratulations. Good job. And I love that you found the Mexican flag. That is awesome. And it looks like our awesome friend Dixie just joined. Welcome, Dixie. So great to have you here this evening. Let us know if you have any questions. I'm sure you saw the title. We're making your friends El Paso style tacos.
Yes.
And if you want your special download of her yummy zucchini bread, just go to michellefox.com/mom, and then you will have her recipe. If you want the recipe for the tacos, go to michellefox.com/events, and you'll see the link to grab the recipe for these gorgeous tacos.
Yes.
All
So
right.
we can
So
make
tell
a
me what you
space
need.
for the meat. Maybe if we can put the,
Oh, you want the meat here?
yeah.
Okay, well let me
Because it
grab
will
a
spill.
hot pad,
Okay.
and then that way.
I hope you all are enjoying this. It's so quick. If you look at the time, it didn't take any time at all to get this scrambled up. It's always a nice quick meal after a long day, either at the office or at the computer. It's about all I can think of these days in COVID environment. Okay.
What else? Do you need me to move anything else?
This is good. No, we're good. Thank you, Michelle.
You're welcome.
So we're going to turn our heat up just a little bit so our tortillas can heat up just right.
And again, Mom's using the avocado oil. When we use any oils at high heat, we really only want to use avocado oil, coconut oil, or butter,
Yeah.
fat butter, or ghee. If I didn't say it, then you don't want it for high heat. All the other oils, we can talk about another time. But the avocado oil keeps its consistency, doesn't change form, so it's still brain supportive and helping our brains. So That is why we're using the avocado oil this evening to make the tacos.
I'm going to wait just a little bit longer until you put your hand over the heat, not in it, over it, and you can feel it coming up. That's where you want it because you don't want your tortilla to absorb the oil before it's hot. So when you put your tortilla in, it should start to kind of sizzle right away. We'll wait just a little bit. You don't want to burn it, but you want to kind of watch it. I have loved cooking with avocado oil since my daughter Michelle has been doing her culinary nutritionist journey. It's been wonderful. There it goes. I don't know if you can hear it, but there's a
Can you
little
hear the sizzling?
bit of a sizzle. Yeah.
Yummy.
Now some of you may want to use a spatula. I grew up using a fork and burnt fingertips.
Oh wow.
But I'm better at it now. But when you first
Nobody gets
start,
burnt in it.
yeah, we don't want to get burned. But I've gotten used to the fork, so I can do that without burning myself.
Nice.
And
Did you flip it already?
I
Okay,
just
I didn't
flipped it.
notice that. So it looks
Yeah.
like you put it down for one side for about, what did you say, 15, 20 seconds?
Maybe even, yeah.
And then
20
flip it to the other side.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Until it starts to kind of bubble. Then you don't want to fill your tortilla all the way up, just maybe one spoonful. When it's done, you can add more if you'd like more to it. This is what I mean by the fingertips. You just kind of.
Oh, she's got some strong fingers. That
Yeah.
one's hot too. Hot, hot, hot too.
And the reason we
gorgeous.
don't fill it up to the brim is because when that meat hits the hot skillet, it's going to start popping. And nothing like hot oil burn. Yeah, we don't want that. And as I'm putting in the second tortilla, kind of waiting for it to sizzle, you want to watch that first tortilla. I'm going to flip it over again. Well, for the first time. So it doesn't burn on any side. Time to flip this guy over.
All right, so hot husband is saying flip the pan up. So which
Hold the
part?
pan up so you can kind of see what she's doing.
Ah,
Oh,
can
okay.
you see that kind of?
Yeah, that's
All right.
great. Good job.
Okay. Oh, thank you, Steve. Son in love. I can't call him hot husband, guys. That doesn't work for me. No.
You might snicker a little bit.
Yeah, don't laugh at me.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
I smell the garlic powder, the onions.
You see a potato
And the
fell out. It's
tortillas.
going right back in.
Perfect.
Turkey
We
fell
will
out. It's going
reuse
right
that
back
for
in.
sure.
We don't want it to pop. And we'll just let those two sit for a minute till they're kind of crispy. Some people like them soft. You might want them just like this. They're not too soft. They're a little bit crispy, but they're not really that crunchy. We're going to do a little bit crunchy tonight.
Okay.
But if you don't want them so crunchy, you can take them out now and have at them. But we're just going to, and I turn mine a couple of times so that they don't get burned.
Nice. It got a nice golden hue on the top now that Mom's flipped it twice.
Yeah.
And I'm just salivating. I'm like, can I just have it now? Can I eat it now, please? How about now?
Almost. See?
These are beautiful.
That kind of look in there. Yeah, kind of brown.
Nicely done.
Like a nice little suntan. Now I am going to use my spatula. I'm not that brave yet. And then, like with anything oily, especially tacos, I sort of tilt it up like this and let it drip. And I put it on a paper towel so it can absorb the extra oil. Even though it's avocado oil, we don't want them so oily.
But it is lovely. We'll see once we taste them if you see the oil dripping
Down her face, yes.
Like it typically is when I have Mom's tacos. It's been a while since I've had these actually.
I
so
know. We're going to have to do something about that.
Craving it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Now I'm going to turn my heat down just a little bit because after it's been on kind of medium high for a while, it heats fast. It heats really fast.
Yeah, you can see the oil like
Yeah.
moving around the pan right now. It's like we're hot. We're hot. We're ready.
So you have to turn your fire down. And again, not too much filling. And then you want to put it on one side of the tortilla, then you flip the other side, like this. You might want to hold it a little bit till it stays put. Then you can put the other, and we have enough oil. Sometimes you might have to add oil. This has been so far enough for 4. We're probably going to stop around 4. But if you've got a huge family or a big party or more people, just keep going.
Keep going, just like Dory says.
Keep going.
And since these are still warm, are you okay if I put some of the cheese inside so it gets melty?
Put some more filling.
So some more meat in them as well? Okay.
Yeah, that was just for cooking purposes.
So I'm going to put the cheese in first just because it's hot and the meat has kind of cooled down. And then I'll put the meat on top to see if we can melt some of this cheese. And I'm saying cheese, but those of you who are paying attention, it's like the culinary nutritionist is eating cheese.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for asking, because no, she's not eating the dairy cheese. She's eating Miyoko's vegan cheese, which is really so delicious. I forgot that I saved that. So yeah, I'm not endorsed by them yet, I will say, but Miyoko's, if you're listening, if anybody knows Miyoko's, I could talk about Miyoko's all day long. I am not kidding you, because the owner, Miyoko, she's based out of California, and she calls it a vegan creamery, and so we like to use her vegan butter and her vegan cheese, and it's just lovely because there's so many alternative cheeses out there that just aren't quite right, that might be too hot, or might be too hard, might be too dry, but all of her products I just feel like are just right. Like they taste like the real thing, but I was going to say they actually taste better than the real thing.
They taste
in some
better.
ways.
I tasted it for the first time tonight when we were prepping.
She was pleasantly surprised.
Really good, yeah. So I'll be getting that.
Yay. Yeah, I think we buy it at Sprouts, so
Okay.
easy to find. I'm not sure if she's in King Soopers or not, but I'd have to check.
And another alternative, which I did not include on the recipe before Miyoko's, which was before tonight, I would get a yellow squash and shred it like cheese. And maybe it's just psychosomatic, but it really does taste like cheese because that is a soft squash, the meat of it on the inside. And when you put it on your tacos, it's delicious. And you get another vegetable.
Love that. Love that. That would be culinary nutrition approved. Yellow squash used as shredded cheese.
Yes.
I say yes, please.
It's a great alternative. They're almost done. They're brown on one side. We'll wait just a little bit longer. Are we gonna
I
stop
wish
at
you could like
4?
smell it through the computer.
Yeah.
But
that'd be
yes,
nice.
we'll stop at 4 and then we'll taste them. So we'll
Okay.
probably taste these two while those two are cooling off. And then once we say goodbye, we'll cook some more out for the family that's behind the screen.
Yeah.
I'll see if there's any questions or comments in the meantime. So Steve Black is asking, what type of tortillas are you using? Are they uncooked, flour, or corn? Awesome question. Thanks for asking, Steve Black. So the tortillas we're using tonight, they are a corn tortilla, 100% corn. So I don't always love the corn products because they can be inflammatory for some of us, but that's what we're doing. And it's a lot less inflammatory than the flour because these are 100% gluten-free.
She wants the tacos, is what she's saying.
Yes,
Whether-
my memories
whether,
from
yeah.
childhood. This is one of the areas where I'm like, it's the holidays. I am going to enjoy my mom's tacos. So thanks for asking. And then, but with that said though, when mom's not here, we use a brand called, do you remember the brand, baby? Siete. And they make these beautiful grain-free tortillas, and you can prepare them almost the exact same way. So check out Siete, another brand, not endorsed by yet, but I'm a total fan of their grain-free products. All their products are grain-free.
I'm willing to try that. But it's good.
Yay! And then Denise says, By the way, hi Denise.
Hi,
Thank you so much for
Denise.
being here. So this cheese, the Miyoko's brand cheese, I bought it at Sprouts. I'm not sure if it's at King Soopers or not, but I know for sure it's at Whole Foods. But really easy to find over by the other dairy products. So thanks for asking. And thanks for being here. Are you ready to try out your yummy
We
tacos?
can fill the other two.
All right, I'm going to
All right.
pass this to you because I feel
Okay.
like you have a system that I haven't quite grasped yet.
Oh, you're
So
doing
let's see.
great. You're doing
So you're
great,
saying you fill
Michelle.
them more at the end.
At the end
because-
because, yeah.
Oh yeah, because you didn't want the stuff falling out because it would be popping
It
in
would
the
be
oil.
popping in the skillet and burning people and all that. We don't want that.
No, we don't.
So I'm gonna add the cheese like Michelle did first because the taco is still warm, and that will
Mhm.
soften up your cheese. Your juice. And it
that
really is
ooey gooey
yummy.
cheese
Yes.
with
Yeah.
the ooey gooey tortillas from all this
Tortillas.
yummy avocado oil that we just fried them up in.
And this is just something I do. It's anal, but I line up the tacos so that they all fit. So when you fill them, you can just go right down the line, just like a.
I love it. I'm happy to hold ingredients while you fill
Oh,
it up if you'd like.
Wonderful. Does everyone like onions on their tacos?
Yes.
Here, okay. And that's what we will do. We will put a little bit of onion, raw onion.
And I love that. See, that's the difference between Mom and I. Her heart's way bigger. She says, "Does everybody like this?" I'm like, "Well, I like this. Let's get it in." We'll worry about everybody else later on. But I love red onions in my tacos. And it's about to go down.
Ah.
And Lee just texted and she said, "Great job." So thank you, Lee.
Thank
Thanks
you,
so much for
Lee.
being here this evening.
All the way from
Always
Alabama.
great to have you with us. So that's the red onion. What do we have next?
Now
The tomatoes?
we're gonna do the tomatoes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yummy. And it looks like Mom sliced them in half, which is beautiful.
Yeah, because then they fit. And if you want more
Ah,
tomatoes,
That's some magic right there.
that works. But these fit in a folded tortilla. Very nice. Ooh.
That's okay. Probably we'll
Almost.
grab it later.
Yeah.
So,
Thank goodness
as
we
you can
have
see,
one.
it's sliced and then sliced in half, like a regular, I guess, hothouse tomato.
Yeah.
Regular tomato.
Thank you.
Awesome. You're welcome. Now what about salsa? We want salsa,
Now
right?
we want some salsa.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Thank
And for those of you all who have a little bit more time, of course, I highly recommend make your own salsa from scratch. There's a gazillion recipes on how to do that. But those of you who are running a million miles an hour, like me, it's
Yes.
okay if you buy the store-bought. There's some
Yeah.
great products out there.
That's
So
good.
that's what we're going with tonight, the store-bought version in full transparency. I did not home make this salsa, but
Ah,
it is still delicious.
there we go.
Love it. We're going to do the lettuce next.
Now we're gonna do, what else do we have left? Let's
Ooh,
do
the
a
guacamole.
guacamole. We're gonna do our
Ah,
guacamole next, because then it fits better. Lettuce is last, that's kind of like your topping,
Okay.
so it won't fall out.
Mamacita, I just have to take a moment for this gorgeous
Ah.
guacamole. Mamacita made it a little bit earlier today, and
Yeah.
she topped off some fancy cilantro.
Yes.
Because as you know, we do want those green herbs to get in whenever possible because they are awesome liver cleansers.
Yes. And we did put out our jalapeno, but we decided we don't want jalapeno tonight, Michelle and I. But I have friends that say it's not guacamole unless it has jalapeno in it. So you can dice up as much as you want and put it in your avocado mix, and then there you have it. Or put it in your taco. That's always a choice. Okay,
Love it.
now we're ready for our lettuce, and we are done. Ah,
That means you're going to let me finally eat some?
yes.
Okay, I'm ready to eat. These are gorgeous.
And I
Oh
try
my goodness.
to shred the lettuce as thin
Yeah, look at
as I
that.
can.
Mom's got way more patience than I do, but
Ah,
maybe I can try to work to achieve this kind of patience for the thin lettuce.
well, after
I love
raising
iceberg lettuce.
3 unique
Crunchiness.
children,
Unique. Oh, we get unique now.
Patience
Okay, I guess it
comes.
could be much worse. I'll take unique.
patience comes, you know. And then there you have it.
Oh,
And
this
I'm
is
excited.
Beautiful. So community, look at this masterpiece. We've got the 4 gorgeous tacos.
Yay!
I'm about to put at least one of them
Ah,
in my mouth.
all
Shall
right. We shall.
Okay.
Can we move this over a
we?
little?
Sure. Maybe can you put it on the skillet there?
Sure.
Or on the stove top?
Yeah. I'm trying to make life more difficult.
No,
Okay.
you're good. You're fine.
Here we go. All right.
All
Are
right.
we ready out there? Is anybody cooking with us? Did we get answers from that?
I know, good question. I don't think anybody said they were, but Steve says he loves the festive hat. Thank you,
Yeah.
baby. Merry Christmas.
Woo-hoo!
And Andrea says, LOL, you call us unique.
Yes, all three of my children are unique. For those
And
of
she
you who
also
don't
said,
know.
looks delicious.
Yes.
So
All right.
I'm going to take a bite now and let you know how delicious it is. How about
Yes.
that? You
Go
can take
for
a
it.
bite too.
Can I
if you
take a
want
bite
to.
too?
Oh, yes, please.
Okay. I can't
Yes,
wait.
please.
Can't wait to
Mhm.
taste this yummy cheese on them.
Mmm.
Delicious.
Oh my gosh, yes. Mm. And you can see how the oil is dripping that way. And it's still dripping down my face. As I had a feeling it would. These are so good, Mom.
Mmm.
When you get that face,
Oh,
you know you're doing something right. Mmm, so good.
I think these are my best. Because
I think
it's
so too.
for you all out there. That's why.
So
Oh my
good.
Mmm.
So then before we go, if your fingers aren't greasy like mine, let me know in the comments. Do you like to eat your taco? Do you bend your head to the left? Or do you bend your head to the right? Inquiring minds need to know these things. So just put in left or right,
Right.
when you eat your tacos. I need to know. And I'm going to keep chomping. Just give me one moment before we close out.
They're delicious.
Mmm,
And when your
well done. Mom.
ingredients fall out of your taco, you know you've done a good job.
I like that. I always say, yeah, the messier your food is, probably the tastier it's going to be.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
without further ado,
All
because
right.
I'm about to go down even more, and you just don't want to see that. Thank you all so much for joining us. If you want the special gift from Mamacita, of course, go to michellefox.com/mom, and you'll see your gift there. And then if you're looking for some sugar substitutes as you are baking this season, go to michellefox.com/sugar, and you will be hooked up.
Yes, you will.
So, Mom, thank you so much for being here this
Oh,
evening.
thank
This
you
was
for having me,
a
for honoring me.
true
This is
treat.
really an honor. Thank you.
Mm,
Yes, I know that my Mamacita is watching, and she
Grandma
knows she
Wiley.
did a good job of putting this recipe in my memory. So, thank you.
Thank you, Grandma.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Grandma.
Mom.
Yes,
And thank you, community, for being here. This has been a wonderful
it's been
evening.
wonderful.
We will see you on
Thank
the other
you.
side. Oh, and happy holidays.
Yes, happy holidays. Enjoy time with your family, your friend. If you live alone, and you don't have any friends, I hope you do. But if you don't, enjoy yourself and remember the reason for Christmas. Right.
Yay. We will see you
Joyful.
in the new year. Thank you for
Yes.
an amazing 2021. All my love.
It's been great.
Good night.
Bye. Toodles.